Today, you are going to learn the concepts behind fast gospel guitar, also known as bumps, shouts, or praise breaks. I'm going to give you three concepts so that you can start playing gospel guitar, especially fast gospel guitar, with confidence. Fast gospel guitar or praise breaks sound like this. I want to be transparent. This is not going to be a lick breakdown or a note for note transcription. This is just going to be high level concepts on how you can excel at this moment. If you really want to learn more about the subject, I have a fast gospel guitar course coming out May 1st. To lock in the absolute best price, you can sign up for the waiting list below. If you're viewing this after May 1st, 2025, I'll just have a link to the course in the description. So, concept number one is to find your home base. Okay. And in this case, I was in the key of B flat. So B flat, I find a B flat on the low E string, okay? Now, a lot of times praise breaks are in flat keys, and the reason for that is organ players and keyboard players love flat keys. It just fits nicely on their fingers. So if you feel uncomfortable with flat keys, first you want to just figure out, okay, everything in A sharp or B flat, get comfortable with that position, okay? And the way I visualize everything, the first concept is I have like a two-part pivot. John Mayer calls it the pentatonic equator. But essentially what I'm doing is I'm playing this pentatonic, this B flat pentatonic up, which is just that major Bach shape everyone knows. And then I scoot it up 3 frets and have that minor pentatonic shape, okay? So you get both major and minor without actually having to do extra thinking. So, okay. And so that's the first idea is just finding home base and getting major and minor pentatonics. Okay, the second concept you want to ingrain into your system so that you feel more confident playing this music is just figuring out where the flat third and the major third is because this genre and this moment happens and it's like neither major nor minor. Kind of like how blues can you can say both major and minor. You know, blues you could say, right? You could say you could have that flat third and major third, right? So in the same capacity, when you're playing fast praise breaks, you can have both the major and minor third, something like this, right? Which is 6 7 3 3 5 3, right? It's both major and minor. So you're really going to want to get your ear tuned into that, okay? And just so you know, the tempos are usually 155 to 170 BPM. And that's really dictated by whoever's hitting the click track, right? And the praise break could last for anywhere from 60 seconds all the way to 20 minutes. Just really depends on the situation, right? Okay. And when I'm thinking about licks and riffs, I use what I like to call, and I get into it in my course, I like to call it the SCL method, which is just scales, chords, and licks. So I like to visualize all the scales, all the chords, and all the licks in the B flat zone, right? And then using the SCL method, I can play in any key, in any position, really. So to give an example, scales would be this major pentatonic, and then this minor pentatonic B flat, right? But also you'd want to be familiar with sliding pentatonics, right? You'd also want to be familiar with mixolydia, okay? And you'd also then want to be familiar with the chords. So S would be the scales, the chords would then be B flat, right? You'd want to know how to play B flat all over the neck, right? And then all the other chords for gospel guitar, fast, praise breaks. You'd want to know this walk up, and you'd wanna know it in different parts of the neck or, something like that, and really understanding all the chords that happen, and then the different moments that happen within gospel. So there can be this moment, different variations, as I also get into in the chorus. So you're gonna want to check out the chorus, which is 3 4 sharp 4 5, which sounds like, and then the guitar player would play something like this, and then you could speed it up and so on and so forth, right? So there's all these variations as well that I go over in the course. And then what you really want to learn as far as the SCL method is all the licks. So there's a million different licks, but basically, if you're thinking blues, you're going to be golden, right? So if you know your blues licks, you're going to be golden. Yeah. That's that little thing, I do that all the time, doing A flat to B flat or flat 7 to 1, flat 7, 1. So that's really, really common, you know, right? Understanding that you can play A flat and B flat, like outlining that in the changes. I love yeah, doing that kind of thing is so powerful because then you're not just outlining one chord, right? You're outlining 2 chords, and that gives you're playing motion. Now that you understand these high level concepts behind fast gospel guitar, you're going to want to check out this video.